Aune Gregas was born just after the close of the Second World War to an Adventist family.
I was born in Finland, in the countryside, but the first memory that I have was when we moved very near our capital, Helsinki. My father had got a workplace there, and that was the place of my family for 31 years after that.
She felt God's call on her life at a very early age.
I think that the first time when God called me to his work was when I was only 10 to 11 years old. It was at that time when I began praying that I could get to our junior college. And I felt that I wanted to be there and not in the world.
Aune attended public school in the elementary grades.
And I was also accepted to a secondary school in a public school, but because I did not want to go to the school on Sabbath, I could not go there. But then I had a possibility to go to our own junior college when I was 12 years old, and I got my student examination there, and after that I went to Helsinki University to study psychology. And when I was still not yet finished my studies, I began working in our publishing house as an editor. But I finished my studies there, and then a couple of years later I went to Andrews University, our own university in the United States, and had their MA in religious education.
Aune is married to Ben Gregas, the Secretary-Treasurer of the Finland-Swedish Conference.
We are working together a lot. He's helping me when I'm working with the temperance work in our church. When I am traveling, he's usually with me and takes care of all the technical things. And I'm also helping him when he is going and visiting churches.
In her first job as an editor of the church's health magazine, Aune caught a vision of what could be done through publishing. Over 5 years, circulation more than doubled. Health has been an important part of her ministry ever since.
It was in Peking, in the World Conference for Tobacco or Health, where a group from Nepal asked our group from Finland to come and do the same kind of tobacco intervention work than we have done in Finland, and we had also had a project in China. And we applied money from the Ministry for Foreign Affairs for that project in Nepal, but we did get much less money than it was expected. So, as a secretary for the Seventh-day Adventist Temperance Organization in Finland, I got the responsibility to find the way how to do the work in Nepal with that small amount of money.
The Nepal connection is very emotional. Aune and Ben's son, Asa, their only child, died of cancer at age 16. The stricken parents suggested that in place of flowers, friends could donate cash to fulfill Asa's dream of building a school where young people could prepare for service in spreading the gospel. With $100,000 from friends and the Finnish government, a new multi-purpose building with 6 classrooms and a gymnasium was erected near Shire Memorial Hospital in Nepal. The building doubles as a church on the weekends. Although Aune is modest when she speaks of the specifics of the work in Nepal, the facts speak for themselves. Using schoolrooms, video, street dramas, and rallies, the Health, Education, and Tobacco Intervention Program in Nepal has trained 120,000 of that country's teenagers. The street dramas have reached another 180,000. The program has succeeded better than anyone dared imagine, and tobacco use has been reduced from the highest in the world, especially among women, to near European levels. When asked about her most significant contributions, understandably, Nepal became a key part of the answer.
I think that it was a great thing when working with health paper to be with when its circulations amounted from 17,000 to more than 40,000. And it was very nice to make Finnish smoke signals when it went about 100,000 to different schools in Finland. And also to make these times in Finnish, it was a great experience. But in this temperance work what I have been doing, I think that personally for me, this work, health education and tobacco intervention program there in Nepal has given maybe most.
Aune grew up with two brothers and has never felt restrained by her gender, at least not in Finnish society.
I think that I have not experienced so much difficulties because of my gender. And besides, I am born in a country where 100 years ago, as the first in the whole world, the women got the same political rights than men, and we have also a women president, so in this way there should not be so many difficulties to be a woman in that kind of society. But sure there are differences, and maybe most are inside the church.
Is there anything Aune would do differently if she could live her life again?
I have heard people saying that if they would live their life again, they would want to have exactly the same kind of life. But I have quite many things I regret in my life, so maybe I would not say in that way. But I have also heard and read from Ellen G. White that when we are in the heaven and we look behind our way, we can say that it was the best way.